everybody, welcome back to Nellie and Ruth Designs. Today I have another little special project going on. This is going in my, I call this my blue and white journal. And I've started using this actually more. I've actually started journaling in it. And I decided that I can't have these journals just sitting on my desk or my shelf and not doing anything. Just going to raise this up a little bit. Not doing anything with them. So recently, my son and daughter-in-law went back to her home country of Romania, and we took a lovely photo of them before we drove them to the airport to head out. They're gone for 2 months. So I wanted to create a couple pages in here, you know, like a timestamp of their trip and when they left. So I ran off their photo. This is a 3.5 by 5. And then all I did was I attached it to the cardstock. I made a little border around here, and I did some stitching, and I plan on putting that on this side of the paper, of the page. This is a piece of typewriter paper. I want to enhance this a little bit with some stamping. I shouldn't say stamping. I want to, try to distress this, give a little bit of color to it. So I kind of want to do some ink work on this using Tim Holtz Distressed Inks. And again, this is a light blue, but I want to do the same thing on here. And I want to make, this is their itinerary that they ran off for me of their flights. So I wanted to make a pocket that I could tuck this down in. And that's what I'm going to do today. I want to work on the paper, changing the style of that. I want to make the pocket, get this tucked in, and then I do have some feature work that I want to add to it. And this here is a cutout from some paper that I purchased from Blue Fern Studio. And it has wonderful designs on it. And I wanted to do some embroidery and cut out a couple designs to add to the page. So that's exactly what I did. I cut out 2 pieces that will enhance the pages. And I wanted to just show you how easy it is to embroider and add some texture to it, so it's not so flat, and some color. So I also want to work on this today and show you how easy it is to enhance your pages using a technique such as this. So first I'm going to get my pages done here. And let me just, my desk is a mess as usual. I have all kinds of embroidery items on here for my other series, the pincushion series. And yesterday was an absolutely gorgeous day, which today is Sunday in my world. So yesterday, Saturday, was an amazing day. So I just laid by the pool. I finished a book. I did absolutely nothing yesterday, but take some time for myself. So I have some blues here. I have a piece of wax paper. I didn't want you to think I'm putting this right on my desk. And I do have a video on this. I'm doing this a bit different today, but it's called faux tea dyed paper. And you can see how it just makes and adds a nice bit of composition to your page. This side here, because it's typewriter paper, I'm not going to do heavy dabbing because I'm not sure how it's going to dry. And I did bring out my drying tool, so I may have to add that into the mix as well. And because I call this my blue and white journal, I really just try to work with blue and white. I add a little bit of color inside, but I just, again, try to work with the blue and whites. And then what I used on here, I used weathered wood. And then this one here was the stormy sky. And then this here is tumbled glass. These are all different shades of blue. And then I just add a little bit of water, and this is a stamping block. And you don't have to, again, do a lot. It's just to add, let me get this water out of here because I'm done with that. It's just to add a little bit of a different look to your page. So this here, I'm just going to dry a little bit, and then I'll set it aside. Okay, that's good. All right, so I'm going to set this aside for a few minutes. I'll let that continue to dry. And then I'm going to take this here, my little, I'm going to bring this back down so you can see a little bit better. Okay. So this here is a cutout from some travel, a 12 by 12 travel paper pack I had. And I found this here, the destination, and then I just typed out Romania, and these are the dates that they are gone. So I'm going to attach that onto there. And I'm going to use my double-sided tape roller here. I try to save my my art glitter glue for other things that really need more attention than this. But I do like just my double-sided tapes. Now this here, I'm just wondering, I'm going to be putting this in here as such. And this is just an old envelope with just have a little piece of something funky there I want to get out with the mailer. Now, what I'd like to do is I did a lot of ripping and tearing, and I was actually going to outline the entire page like this, but I don't think I want to do that because I would like to incorporate more stitching. So I kind of took a look at it, and I thought I would do something as such. That would be really pretty. And this is going to be my tuck spot, so I'll be able to tuck their travel itinerary, their flight papers right down inside here. Now what I might do is put this at the top, and then that way when I tuck down inside you really won't see it, but I'll know that it's there. So I could put that at the top, and then I could put this at the bottom, which I think that might be better. Now, I want to take care of the sides of this, and my question is, do I want to do the same technique that I did on the page here with the dabbing, or do I want to have a little bit more fun and maybe do some more stitching down the side? Or do I want to just color? There's so many options. Do I want to just color this? Maybe do a little, well, I could do a little stamping, and then I could do watercolor, and then down here I could do some fun stitching on the bottom down here. So I just have to think a minute. And I wish y'all were here with me so I could decide what I might like to do. I don't want to make this so busy that it takes away from this. So maybe I could just do some fun little stitching on the side to look like it's sewn up. And then I think that's maybe what I will do. And I will leave that. I'd still like to do a little bit of, I think I'm going to do a little bit of the blue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up here like this. I'm going to bring this back over. And again, I think I'm just going to get a scrap piece of paper to put under this. So let's go back. Let's go back here. This is the weathered wood. I'm moving this water around so much, I'm probably bound and determined to spill it. And where's my block? Oh, here it is. So I have a little bit thinner block. Let's see, do that again. Maybe I can just do it like this here towards the, okay. I do like this technique. It just adds enough flair to what you're creating. And I don't think I need to do another color. And I'm going to just dry this a little bit again. Whoop. There we go. I threw it down and it hit something down below and it turned it back on. Okay, so that is done. We'll set that aside. The water goes back over here. All right, so now I can go ahead and I think that will be just fine. Yeah, see how that changes the whole dynamics of that? All right, so we're going to get this inside here. And again, I'm going to use my tape roller. I don't want to use glue. Sometimes when I use glue, it curls and it kind of does a little funky. Move that up just a little bit. And if I had used glue, I wouldn't be able to do this. I just want to move it up just a tad. And then that will be up on the bottom, okay. I just have to go over just a little bit. Okay. There we go. That's good. All right, there's that. So now I am going to use my art glitter glue. Because, and I'm going to do it right at the edge. And the reason I'm not using my tape, this is plugged, is because if I'm going to stitch, I don't want my needle going through the tape and getting gunked up. So by doing this right at the very edge, by doing this at the very edge, I'll be able to come in with my stitching here and I'll have a clean edge to work with. Okay. And then this will go on the bottom. And I think what I'm going to do is I'd like to tint this a little bit blue. So I'm going to go back over here and I'm just going to clean up a little bit here. There. So instead of distressing with, you know, your dauber and doing a traditional, I just went back and cleaned up around the edge a little bit there with the with the ink, the wet ink that was left over. I don't know why I always work on top of my piece, and I shouldn't really do that. All right, I'm going to get my tweezers just so I don't get... Okay. All right, so we have that there. And then on the top, I won't put this on the top yet. And what I will do is I will use pop dots on here, because you can obviously, with the stitching on the back, you're not going to be able to glue it flat. If you glue it on, you can glue it on your threads if you want to, and you can, it will stick that way. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab my pad here, and I think what I will do is just do a little, I call it a whip stitch around. So, and it's just going to be nothing fancy. I'm just adding a little bit more color to the sides here. I could even do maybe some clusters of French knots. That might be kind of fun. Just for the fact that we already have the dots on here. We could do a few, like I said, a few clusters of French knots coming down. And we could do a whip stitch on one side. Every time I say whip stitch, I think of my granddaughter. When she used to say lipstick when she was little, she'd say lipstick, whip stitch. She couldn't say lip. She'd say whip. So again, it's just how you want to. I could do a little whip stitch down here. And then I'm going to do the little French knot. So what I like to do, I don't like to drive my needle right through my paper. So I like to make little pinholes. All right. And then that's easier to do when it comes time to stitch. And I'm going to put my I don't really use a what do you call this? Because as you can see, I'm not real coordinated with it. However, this does get to your fingers, and you'll see on here when you start poking. All right, so let's get this stitched here. We'll do some French knots, and I think this is the color that I used for that. Get my needle here, get that out. And again, maybe I will do them in the, maybe I'll do a totally different color, add to the mix. I've got some orange here. That might be kind of fun. I do want to keep it very colorful. So maybe we could do some orange. That'll be fun. I have to get my needle threader out. It's much easier, I don't know why, it's much easier to thread a needle, for me, it's easier to thread a needle in natural light instead of all this artificial light. I have a hard time seeing, you know, the small holes. I don't know if it's the glare or what. Okay, so this here, I'm just going to, I have to look on the back to see where I started. I'll just be doing some French knots on here. And when I do my French knots on paper, I try to go right back in the same hole. When I'm stitching on fabric, I don't do that. I do it next to it. But I really like stitching on paper. I just think that it just gives it a whole different look. And it just makes it fun. And we'll go down here. Whoops, I only did that. I got to do 3 times 3. Okay. And then I'm going to end this here. And the other thing that you can do if you have a smaller piece of thread, you can use it on one stitch, or you might be able to get a couple stitches out of it. But save your scraps, because you can actually, so we'll make a fun tag someday using all of these little thread scraps. Make a little fiber tag. Whoops. Okay, there's that. How are we doing on time? Okay. We're just at 29 minutes, so I'm trying to work fast here. Because I'd really like to get to the other portion of the maybe we'll just get the design punched, and then I can do a part 2 on stitching, embroidering on the paper, the design. I like French knots. I think they're just so cute. I'm working with French knots now on the pin cushion. And then the next video that I do on that, you'll see the French knots, and we'll work on it some more with other stitches. I wanted to work on the pin cushion yesterday, but oh, I just couldn't leave the pool. And I was reading my book. I had about 120 pages left, so I wanted to get that done so I could start a new one. I'm waiting for my book to come in for book club. I don't understand what the holdup is there. So I feel like I kind of have to read kind of fast. Okay, so see that just adds a little bit more to that. I like that. And maybe I'll take another, I won't use orange because that'll stay there. I do want to, and again, on the bottom here, maybe I will do a little whip stitch. That's even what it is. That's what I call it. On the bottom here. All right. So again, we're going to go back to if you have a felt pad, use your felt pad. I have this quilters, even though I'm not a quilter. Now this one, this here, my girlfriend made me. It's actually a seam ripper, or this is the seam ripper part of it. And then this, I'm not sure. I use this to poke my holes. It's a little bit easier if I have a thicker piece, and it's just a little bit easier on my hands. So I think here I'll just do, and I'm not going to measure because I just want it to be, I'll start here. I'll make one here, and one here. And then I will do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And I'm just going to take this and go through here. Just to open up those backs a little bit more. Okay. So now I will take this blue. I think this will be nice because it will go with that color there. It's the same color. Let's see if I can do it this way. It'll be a little bit easier. No. And I don't want to use I have a really nice threader, but this is a little thicker and I don't want to damage it. So I will just struggle here, and you can get frustrated along with me. There we go. I don't know why my hands are all blue. I have no idea. Now, I may take this out because I may not like the way it looks. I want it to have a little slant. Yeah, I think it will. I didn't want it to be up and down, straight up and down. So it doesn't look like that's going to create a problem for me. Make sure I'm in camera here. Whoops. There we go. I don't know why my shaky today. Don't know why. Okay. All right. This one I won't pull too hard here because I don't want that to be straight up and down, although it may be. There, I can always put a little dab of glue on the back. Okay. And I'm just going to feed that through to, whoops. See, you just have to have patience. Okay. There we go. Okay. All right, there we go. That's good. Yeah, I like that. I think that's, and then we're going to put that on top. All right, so let's get this over in the book. And I think that's good here. All right, so we're going to put this on this side here. So, and we have to remember it's going to be a pocket. So that will go, I'll have plenty of room. So this here, I will use my art glitter glue because this will really hold it down. Putting it in between, that will help hold those stitches as well. Look at my hand today. I had coffee, but only 1 cup. Silly girl. Okay. There we go. There we go. That'll be good. And then this here, like I said, I'm going to put the pop dots on there. And I think that'll work out really well. So I have these here. And let's just flip this over. This is where this comes in handy. Push that in. I have to be careful here because I don't want to, see what I'm saying? I can't do the whole thing. So I will go up to this spot here. We'll put another one here. I could have also put them on here, which probably would have been the better task to do. And so I have those here. And I think I will put one in each corner here. So that will go there like that. And I'll get one more up. Come on, you little son of a gun, you. I'll put another one right there. All right. And I think that should be good. Oh my goodness, great. It's like working with marshmallows. It's like working with marshmallows. Okay, so I think this is where I'm going to there we go. I'm going to finish off this video here, and I think we're going to come back and work on this here. But for now, I can get this picture. So I'm just thinking, I'm not going to put my son and daughter-in-law's photo in yet because I may want to, I don't know where I want to put this. I may want to put it on the side. I may want to put it over here as a little lip. I know I will not be putting it up on top there. So, so I will figure that out in the next video. But this is for the pocket for their itinerary. And that can slip right in there behind that. And then that way, because the reason I'm doing this is I asked my son when they went to, the last time they went to Romania, they wanted to know, I don't know, I had asked them something about their flight, and they said, geez, Mom, I don't know, I don't remember. So this is one of the reasons why I'm doing this. So when they do go again, and I ask the question, we can go back to this page in 22 and pull out their boarding passes, etc. And our questions can be answered. So, all right, everybody. So that is it for today. Video 2 will be the punching of this and the sewing, like we did on this one. And if you like this video, I'd love to have you give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, thanks for watching. I'd love to have you subscribe. And for all those who are returning, I really appreciate it. I love your comments. You're so encouraging to me. And I really enjoy your support. So I will see you down the road, everyone. And the next time we'll be again stitching on fabric. All right, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye.